you ask them if they're able to hear my radio check?
Somebody heard it, but Lena wants to know who heard her radio check.
There's only one person in the
That was probably me.
I think I might have.
I heard it, but I
Lena,
wasn't.
this is Craig. I could hear you.
Thank you, Craig.
Joanna, I think I heard you.
This is Charlie. I can hear you.
Lena, this is Steve. I think I heard you.
I do, and I thought I heard you, and I responded there as well.
I'll try it again.
Okay, I've started the recording on the Zoom. If anybody doesn't want to be pictured, they're welcome to turn it off, but it looks really good. We look we look like we're a serious bunch here. This is Radio Ready, second Sunday in November 2020. We have been doing radio checks since 5:45. It's getting close to 6. Net controls radio checking. And I better check the waiting room again. This Zoom is optional. It's not that critical. It's most critical to listen on the radio and on the channels, which I believe we all were. I couldn't hear her the first time on my FRS.
I heard you, but not very clearly.
I'm going to mute. Allegra, can you see the participants in the Zoom? Would you like to know who's here? We have 9 participants in the Zoom.
Yeah. Just set it for 10 and then.
I don't, do you need to, hold on just a second. I can hear you. Hey, Lena, do you need to know who's in the Zoom?
We need an attendance list, yeah.
Can you just make a, so Lena said if you could keep attendance so that we can,
Okay.
yeah, we don't, yeah. I have enough papers open on my lap, so probably better if somebody else can keep a record of that.
Okay, I'm typing them in the chat, and
Okay.
it will also be on our.
This is WRAE 577 is the channel in use. Good evening. This is WRHT 577 Lena, net control for the Friendly Area Neighbors Radio Ready Emergency Net, located this evening at College Hill Reservoir. Is there any emergency, priority, or health and welfare traffic that needs to be handled? If you have an emergency during the net, traffic.
Craig, you might be the alternate. Are you ready?
All right.
Hearing none, do any operators?
Any other report or announcement?
Thea, Southwest Quarter Leader.
Go ahead, Southwest Quarter Leader.
Yeah, after I turned it back over to you, I realized that I had forgotten to summarize the report of what occurred in my quarter before handing it over to Net Control. So I have noted that and will attempt to improve next time.
Could you repeat that copy? I think you may have let off of the push to talk button before you completed your transmission.
I noted that I did not summarize my report to give to you before I transferred it back to Net Control. So I have noted that and will try to improve next time.
I did a great job.
Yeah.
And I don't think there were just a couple of relays. So I'm thinking we can practice changing channels, and I'll get that information out to people ahead of time before the next net, which will be on December 12th. As far as announcements, we are moving forward, hopefully, with the matching grant, and there will be more news to follow on that soon, I hope, and we can start recruiting more people into FRS and the radio plan. Are there any late or missed check-ins? If so, please check in with your name, closest intersection, and zone if you know it. This is Allegra, normally in zone 5 in the southwest quarter, but currently at the reservoir with Lena, just checking in late. I didn't realize I should check in on my home quarter. Allegra, back to Net. Thank you, Allegra. I have you checked in officially now.
Thea to South Net Control.
Go ahead, Southwest Quarter Leader Thea.
It looks like we've got Joe on now. I didn't realize she was in the waiting room because she was hiding under my chat. I'm not sure if she's on FRS, but welcome, Joe.
Are there any relays of messages from the Zoom chat?
I'm not seeing any. Anyone else?
Are there any comments or questions or suggestions for a radio practice that you might like to do next?
This is Craig. There's the thing that we're talking about on the Zoom. Earlier this evening, I had a question about how will the net be activated if there's an actual emergency.
Typically, what would happen if there is an emergency, for example, when we had the fires, turn your radio on to channel 6 and monitor. And one of the best ways to monitor is to turn it on at the top of the hour for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. For about 3 or 4 days, we did a check-in on the top of the hour for throughout most of the day.
Net control, can you repeat? I heard you broken up here.
Sure, I was saying that during the fire, we turned on the radio, a few of us turned on the radio at the top of the hour for several days, throughout most of the day, to do a quick check in with the smoke and conditions.
So for about how long? 5-10 minutes to see if anybody else is on that you can reach?
That's affirmative. I would turn it on and I would announce my call sign and do a radio check. And occasionally there'd be 1 or 2 people, and we'd do just reports of our area and then turn it off and check in again the next hour.
Copy that. Was loud and clear over here on zone 5. Thank you.
Certainly. Are there any other questions or comments before we close the net? Hearing none. This is WRH 577 Lena closing the FRS Radio Ready Net for Friendly Area Neighbors at 6:26 p.m. local time. I'll now return this channel to normal operation. Thank you to all stations who have participated tonight and to those who have stood by to provide a clear operating channel. And the Ham Net will open on 145.45, a tone of 123 at 6:30 p.m. local time.
Call to Joanne before you leave.
Saul, I copy.
I just heard my name mentioned. Oh, different Joanna, sorry.
I'm not sure who he was calling. Saul was calling Joanna. Is that you, Joe Bartlett?
Calling Joanne Alexander.
Okay, that's what I thought. Joanna, it is you, Alexander. Sorry to use last names, but it's just us here.
Anna, do you copy?
I'll try her on Zoom. Joanna?
So I saw her on her radio in her video, and she just went into, looks like the garage or something. Maybe she's trying to get a clearer signal somewhere.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, we're gonna have to call you Joe for sure. Sure. Did you get a chance to check in, Joe, or did?
Joanna, this is Net Control. I think we're just clear. Are you getting copies from Saul?
Yeah, I was able to check in and do roll call for the Northeast. It was me, Steve, and Lena.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I got confused.
This is Lena up at the reservoir. Lena, yes, I heard you.
Joanna, this is Saul. Do you copy?
Saul, I copied you that time.
Oh.
Joanna, she's responding.
Okay, thank you, Joanna. I actually have you coming in on my amateur radio that's tuned to that station, to channel 6, but I'm talking on my base camp. Okay, this is Whiskey Romeo Delta Lima 873 clear.
Whiskey Romeo
Yeah, that's quite the handheld antenna.
This is my little one. The other tactical one is 42 inches.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
For a handheld.
yeah, it's foldable.
Oh, okay.
The other
Interesting.
one, yeah, the other one folds like 3 or 4 times. I don't use it because I can't stand it up. It falls over.
This is
Okay.
Kilo Juliet 7, Echo Zulu Lima. Is this frequency in use?
Just a quick note that the FRS
is
radio net has
Kilo
closed,
Juliet, no.
starting with the
Kilo
ham net.
Juliet 7, Echo Zulu Lima. Lena, is this frequency in use?
Talking on the wrong thing.
Good evening. This is KJ7EZL, Lena, net control for the Friendly Area Neighbors Radio Ready Net. Is there any emergency, priority, or health and welfare traffic that needs to be handled? Hearing none, we will proceed. This net meets monthly on the second Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on frequency 145.45 megahertz with a tone of 123, following the neighborhood FRS exercise. The purpose of this net is to provide an opportunity for friendly area neighbors to practice emergency communication and test radio equipment. This is a directed net, which means all stations are requested to obtain permission from net control before asking a question, making comments, or communicating with other stations. All operators are encouraged to practice accurately writing down what you hear, such as names, locations, and traffic content. Tonight's order of business will be a roll call and check-in, followed by a report, questions, comments, and announcements. We'll begin with a roll call of friendly area neighbors. All right, we'll start with KJ7 CNH. KJ7 CNH, this is Thea, Zone 5, Southwest 40. Thank you, Thea. KG7 FCV. Again, KG7FZV. Chuck, did I get that right? Did anyone hear a transmission from KG7FZV? Negative. Great. NCRWB.
Craig, N7RW.
Thank you, Craig. I have you checked in. W7CYE.
W7CYE, Saul, Southeast Leader.
You saw, I have you checked in. KJ7VJV. This is KJ7VJV Allegra at the reservoir. Thank you, Allegra. WA7NCF.
in the 28th and 28th row.
Charlie? And I think we figured out your zone is on the south side of zone 7.
I'll got it noted.
Okay. Are there any other stations that would like to check in? Please come with your call sign in with UTI phonetics, your name and neighborhood or location.
This is Kilo India 7 Yankee Papa Romeo. Joanna in the wet.
Hey, Joanna, glad you could make it tonight. Hear you loud and clear. Are there any other stations that would like to check in? Any missed or late stations or visitors? This is Kilo Juliet 7. Net control for Kilo Juliet 7 Echo Zulu Lima. Lena, net control for the Friendly Area Neighbors Radio Ready Net. Are there any other stations that would like to check in? All right. Are there any reports from any of the quota leaders? CS Southwest, hearing everyone really well. And I've heard everyone really well. I did not hear Chuck check in or Paul. They may not be on tonight. I'll try again for KG7FDB. This is KJ7EZ on that control. How about trying a switch to simplex tonight? It's a clear night. I'm thinking we might have good success. We want to try that out. That would be 146.42. Frequency would be 146.42. Is there anyone not able to change to that frequency? Did anyone else make it to the simplex?
KI7YPR at the simplex.
Was that
KI7DP signal check.
WB, right?
KI7YPR.
KI7YPR, I copy. N7RWB. This is called you copy. Can you give me a check on how that transition is? a lot of feedback because Allegra and I are really, really close together. This is KI7VJV. KI7VJV. I copy loud and clear. Are there any other stations that copy me? KI7VJV.
KI7VJV, I copy. This is KI7YPR.
KI7YPR. Any other station? KI7VJV, any other stations that can hear me?
KI7VJV, this is W7CYE, copy you loud and clear.
Thank you, 37CYE. I likewise copy you loud and clear. AI7DP, do you copy?
KJ7VJV, this is Richard loud and clear. This is AI7DP.
Thank you, Charlie. All right, I think that's everybody. Are there any other stations that need to check in on to the simplex? Hearing none, we're going to here's why transfer back to 145.45 Zone 123 to complete the friendly area radio ready net. KJ7 EDL. Clear. Check in to see if everybody made it back to the net. KJ7 CNH.
KJ7CNH, never got there, still here.
Thanks, CS. N7RWB.
N7RWB with you.
W7CYE. KI7VJV. Thank you. AI7DP.
This is Kilo Bravo 3 Quebec Yankee Golf. I was late to the net, but I wanted to check in and say hello. I'm a new friendly area neighbor.
Oh, that's great. Could you repeat your call sign and name again?
Yeah, sorry, I have a yelling toddler in the background. This is Kilo Bravo 3 Quebec Yankee Golf. And my name is Billy.
Hi, Billy. It sounds like you've got a lot of noise going on back there in the background. Could you repeat the last, I got the KB3 Quebec and the last part of your call sign?
Yes, it is KB3 Quebec Yankee Golf. I moved here a little bit ago from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so that's why there's the 3 in there. And the name is Billy.
Yay.
Copy. Well, welcome to the Friendly Area Neighbors. And do you have a nearby cross street or intersection?
Yes, I'm right by Westmoreland City Park. I'm at 20th and Taylor Street.
Perfect. Welcome. All right. Any other missed stations?
Net control from Thea.
At 6:30, following the FRS exercise. And so look for information to come ahead of that. And there may be additional information on the hopefully grant that will be coming to fruition soon.
Comment from KJ7CNH.
Okay, KJ7CNH.
This is Thea 26 and Taylor, just welcoming Billy. Glad to have another neighbor on KJ7CNH. Back to Net.
Yeah, that's great. Always good to have more people in our radio communication net here. Any other business before we close the net? All right, this is KJ7EZL, Lena, securing the Radio Ready Net for friendly area neighbors at 6:50 p.m. local time and returning this channel back to normal operation. Thank you to W7ARD for the use of this repeater, to all stations who have participated tonight, and to those who have stood by to provide a clear operating channel. This frequency is now open for general traffic. KJ7EZL, clear.
Okay, this is our debriefing time for both FRS and Ham, ARS. I apologize for having my video highlighted the whole time. I was trying to catch some of the audio and it might have been intrusive on the air, but hopefully it was okay for the recording. Any debriefing comments?
My comment is I volunteered to help people pack things up, so I'm going to go away from the computer and go help pack things
Yay.
up.
Yay, Craig. Thank you so much.
Sure. Be up there in a few minutes.
Kadoki.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.
How are you going to manage to get up to the reservoir in the case of an emergency? How's that going to work?
Yeah, we've been discussing that. We can buy a little simplex repeater for under $100 and mount it somewhere. And Net Control might be able to get over the hill that way from her home. Right. Or anyone could step in to do that function. We may have to wait till the reservoir is rebuilt in order to secure a good location. Another possibility is a residence near the reservoir in the meantime, or some other type of place.
Yeah, that would make good sense to have something like that.
If we're very frugal about it, if we get the grant and we're very frugal about expenses, there might even be enough in the grant for that, but we really can't plan on that now. We are looking into the cost for that to have our own simplex frequency, which would be really ideal. I do think
your own simplex frequency. What would that mean? A 2 meter repeat?
Yeah, it might have to be where you would have to hoof a radio up there to connect to it. But still, that's a possibility. We just kind of started. I just started looking into. I think Lena has before.
That's very clear that the College Hill is a radio obstacle, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm hoping that will lend impetus to our grant.
Yeah.
Not over other neighborhoods in Eugene, especially in the hills, but in the flatter areas. Also on Ham, of course, it looks like we don't need it, but sometimes it's been interesting to watch the simplex relays on the wider nets, where the triangulation is from somebody out way out in North Eugene
Right,
helping
exactly, out by the
Scott,
airport. Right?
yeah, Scott and others over here in my area connect to each other. Yeah, good question. Very, very concerning.
Yeah,
Any-
and I'm at the top of College Hill, and I have an antenna mounted on the roof now, which is why I think people are hearing me better.
Yeah.
At least, and it was interesting when I was trying to hear Joanna. I'm not sure where Joanna lives, but I couldn't hear her on my base camp, which is the small, my GMRS radio, but I could hear her on my ham radio, listening on the on the correct frequency, tied into my roof antenna. Right. Obviously, I'm not going to broadcast on that antenna, but I was able to hear her. So that's another relay opportunity for relay, is use that radio to listen, but broadcast on the correct hardware.
What frequency is it? I'm going to try that.
For channel 6, it is, you can just Google it. I pulled it up. 462. Oh gosh, I never remember the details of it.
What I did, Charlie, was go on radio reference and use Chirp to I programmed all those FRS and GMRS frequencies into my ham handheld in the exact location, so it comes up as channel 6.
So you dedicated your first 20 some odd channels to that.
I did, yeah. And then I can scan them as well to listen, and then I have all my public agencies and repeaters I want to hear after that, adding on to them. And I thought I put in the simplex, our simplex, I put in the other radio club simplexes, but what I did was label them like Metro Fire and Police Dispatch and all this other stuff, and I don't have the names where I need to find them, I guess. So I'm going to work on that.
Okay, I'm bugging out now. Bye.
Okay, Saul, thank you.
Can't broadcast on that frequency, or you can, right? Because it's just on your ham.
No, we can't broadcast on the FRS channels. Yeah, yeah. It's odd though that Saul couldn't hear her on GMRS, Joanna.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could either. I was listening to both frequencies. I tried to put my ham radio in another room, and I had it recorded on my phone so that I could capture some of this off of the Zoom. But if you like, I can send you my printout of my programming.
That'd be true.
With all those, yeah, I can send.
Matt did the download onto my FT60, so I've got
possibly, or you'd have to probably enter all these by hand, or just go to Chirp to download them, or they call it upload.
I'm sure there's probably some overlap, and I may just need to change some labels or something.
Yeah, it's easier on the computer. Yep. All righty. So getting 7 o'clock, so we'll shut off this one. Thank you, everyone. Bye.